My name's David Keary. I'm currently filling the role of Acting Coordinator Parks and Gardens. Parks and Gardens have we've got a large open space, obviously, area to maintain. So it's sort of working with all our individual teams that maintain those areas. So certainly from a Parks and Gardens perspective, we've got our botanical gardens and our nurseries. We've got our sports venues. We've got some wonderful sports venues. All our tree assets and arboricultural services, our general open space assets like our neighbourhood parks and so on. And we've got like our trails and waterways team, which do a lot of work along our creeks and reserves. And obviously certainly with our lakes, we've got Lake Windree, and we also manage Lake Learmonth and the water body of Lake Burrumbeet as well. So we need to maintain the level within the lake, and the weed, maintaining the weed within the lake, and also then the surrounds of the lake with the mowing and trees and everything around the lake as well. So yeah, so Parks and Gardens, we've got lots of plant and equipment. We've got sort of small, medium, large, if you like. We've got our specialised equipment as well. So obviously with the lakeweed cutter itself is a very specialised piece of equipment that we need to help us perform our functions and operations. So.
Yeah, so a normal day usually starts at about 7 AM. We pick the truck up from the City of Ballarat depot, fuel it up, check it, grease it, do all the things we need to do, bring it to site, followed by which we'll prepare the machinery, make sure it's all tip-top condition, and then we'll head out on the water. Our day's usually determined by the lake manager, who has specified an area that we're to harvest for an upcoming event or for maintenance or anything that's particularly needed. We run the equipment all year round. The growth is primarily more abundant during sort of late spring and then summer, and then sort of starts to cool off as growth-wise goes into autumn as the water temperatures drop. But probably an average midsummer, we're capable of seeing anything up to 150 mil of growth per week. I believe there's 13 different native species within the lake. We primarily harvest what's called milfoil. Then there's also a mixture of a ribbonweed and triglocan, depending on the areas we're harvesting. So each segment of the lake, there's roughly, I think, 20 segments. If it wasn't removed, it'd basically still be a swamp area. So we try and manage it so that we keep a large portion of remnant vegetation within the lake. The weed is a vital part of the lake's ecology, and essentially we have to leave as much as we can. It's what keeps the lake healthy. We received this machine in November. It was locally made in Tasmania by a group called PFG. They specialise in poly products. It utilises one of their poly hulls. So we use a 4JJ series engine, industrial engine. Runs a hydraulic power pack which powers all the components, even including the air conditioning systems on the vessel. So we are 100% reliant on the hydraulics being powered by the Isuzu product. The thing I like about the new 4JJ, it's very economical, and for an operator point of view, from a large piece of equipment, it's actually very quiet. Some of the old equipment we had, things to do with design and operator proximity to engines and that, they are noisy pieces of equipment, and yeah. So PFG and Isuzu have done really well to integrate this thing into a much higher OH&S level for us. So we've had this for 9 years. It runs a separate Isuzu 3-cylinder industrial engine to operate the hydraulics for the back end of the machine. So that's fully remote controlled. So basically from the harvester, I can push a button, start the power pack up and cycle the equipment. The harvester grabs hold of the back of the truck, loads into it, which then pulls the weed up, compacts it and squeezes the bulk of the water out of it, so we're not taking a massive amount of water away. So that's a combination of the Isuzu and PFG integrating it into a way that was more easily maintainable for us. So I think the main reason we use the Isuzu product is for the actual support. Like, our local dealer support is outstanding. If we ever have any issues or anything like that, they're a phone call away and they're straight onto it. As far as reliability goes, fantastic. The older vessel we have, I think I got nearly 10,000 hours on one engine out of that, and that's basically full revs 365 days of the year. It doesn't stop.